In this class, we'll be learning how to alter our basic skirt block into our preferred pattern, and we'll be doing the pencil skirt design in this class. So as you can see, I have my back skirt block and my front skirt block already traced out as my template, which is my block. So this is the back and this is the front, already labeled my upper hip line, my hip line, my upper hip line, my hip line. I have the front dart and I have the back dart. So the first thing we'll be doing in this class is we get to outline our skirt block. That's the first thing I'm doing here. I'll be outlining my skirt block. So you see, I just place it right by the edge of the paper. That's what we're doing. You place it right by the edge of your paper and you trace it out. So I have that outlined that way. I indicate my hip line and my upper hip line. I also indicate my dart and I use my owl, or you can also use your tongue tag to indicate those points so you can outline them when you are done. So that's for the back. And I get to use my ruler to trace that out. I do that also for this other line. It's important to indicate all those lines. Then for your dart, you can go ahead and do it. I will outline the dart for a start, but remember, I'm going to alter this dart, but I'll explain that to us in the class. Just watch out. So that's for it. That's for the back. And for the front, I would outline my front skirt block also. You place it by the edge of your paper too. That's the way you place that, and you would outline for the front too. So I'm outlining my skirt front. Remember, we want to alter our skirt block into our desired pattern, and we'll be doing the pencil skirt. Another name for pencil skirts, it's also called the peg skirt. So that's what we'll be doing in this class. I indicate that point there too. I use that on that point too, and there. So yes, I've traced out my skirt block on my front and for my back. So I have this there. And I label them. So this is my side seam, this is my center back, this is my side seam, this is my center front. That's the first thing I'm going to label. So the first thing I'm going to be altering here in this class is that it's the achieving of our pencil skirt. The first thing we'll be doing here is the achieving of our pencil skirt. And how do we get to achieve our pencil skirt? It's so simple. You need this measurement. You need from your waist to knee measurement. Now from your waist to knee, it's actually supposed to stop above your knee. So it's not going to be waist to knee, it's going to be waist towards above knee. It's supposed to be your waist to above knee measurement. So my own waist to above knee measurement, my waist to above the knee, make sure the measurement stops above your knee, is 56 centimeter. That's for mine. My waist to above knee is 56 centimeter. And I'm going to take my measurement. So see the way I'm taking it. So I take my measurement this way. From here on the side, straight down, and you mark your 56, which is mine. I mark my 56 centimeter. That's for the back. And I repeat the same thing too on the front. I repeat the same thing too on the front. So that's it. That's my waist to knee position there that I've marked. I get to use my set square. I place it there and I indicate that point. So this is my above knee point. And I do the same thing too for the front. I indicate that point too as my knee, above knee area. So that's it. Now, when we are doing the shaping of our pencil skirt, this shaping is only happening by the side seam of the front, the side seam of the back, and the center back. I'll repeat myself again. This shaping is only happening on the side seam of the front, side seam of the back, and the center back. How many cm do I take in? I get to take in 2.5 centimeter. That's it. I've marked it 2.5 centimeter. I mark the same 2.5 also at the side seam on the back, 2.5 cm, and I mark the same 2.5 cm too at the center back also, 2.5 cm. That's it. Now this 2.5 cm isn't standard. You can choose to go more than that, but be very careful so you don't end up making what becomes too tight. But very careful so you don't end up making what becomes too tight. Your 2.5 cm can be more than this. If you choose to do that, you can make it more than 2.5 cm, but be very, very careful. So that's it, 2.5 cm. Now after measuring that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to locate the midway of my hip line and my waist to above knee position. So what I get to do is, how do I measure the midway? From this hip line here, I place my ruler. So mine is 28 cm. So the midway of mine is 14 cm. I just mark that there. I do the same thing too at the side here. I mark the midway there. And I do the same thing here. I mark the midway. Now the idea behind marking this midway is just to help place our curve easily. When we get to the reason of the curve, you would understand better. After locating this midway, the next thing you're doing is, if what you're taking in around your above knee area is 2.5 cm, when you get to this midway location, you are going to take half of what you're taking on the above knee. I'll repeat myself again. If what you take in here is 2.5 cm, you are taking half of that around the midway area. So for example, I took 2.5 cm here. What I'll be measuring in here would be what? 1.25. What I get to measure in here is 1.25. So that's half of 2.5. If what I was taking in here was 3 cm, then I'll be taking 1.5 cm. If what I was taking out here was 4 cm, I'll take 2 cm. So whatever you take on this above knee area, take half of it on the midway point. So that is 1.25 for this part also. I get to measure 1.25. That's 1.25. And I also get to measure 1.25 here too. So this is 1.25. Remember, this is the midway between my hip line and my above knee area. Okay, so let me label this point so it's easy for us to remember. This is the hip line. This is the upper hip line. This is the upper hip line. And this is the hip line. So now, let's shape the skirts. To shape the pencil skirts, we get to use our varying curve. This is the vary curve. We get to use the vary curve. And how do we use it? It's so simple. You place your first curve this way. You place your first curve this way. So now I'm going to use the red color pen so you can see it properly and understand what we just did. So that's it. I place it that way. That's the first way. Then you flip this other way. You see that, right? It's easy. Yeah, it's very easy. And that's it. Then you do the same thing too for the side seam on the back. You blend this here first. And you flip this way. And you place it and you blend it back. That's it. So like I explained, this position just helps it easy for you to use the curve. And they do the same thing for the center back too. It's very important to shape the center back because remember, the bum at the back has holo going on there. From the human body, the bum at the back has a holo. You see it that way, and you flip this like this too. That same way. So you see? You place it like this first. That's how you place it that way first. Then you flip and you blend it together, and that's it. So that's the shaping. I have done my shaping part for my side seams and the center back. I've done the shaping part for my side seam and the center back. This whole area are going out. I don't need this whole area anymore. They are going away. Remember, we are doing the pencil skirts. This whole area are going away. I don't need them anymore. So yes, we remember to also square out this line, which is our new M line, since we are doing a pencil skirt. So that's our new M line. Yeah. So this whole area too is going out. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is we are also going to be shaping the center back waistline for our skirt. We get to shape the center back waistline for our skirt. That's the next thing we'll do. And to do that, we are taking out 1.5 cm at the center back waistline. We're taking out 1.5 cm at the center back waistline. So we measure 1.5 cm at the center back waistline. That's it, 1.5 cm. And we use our hip curve to taper that back. Tapering back means we are blending it back. So we use the hip curve to blend that back. So you see, that's it. We've done the shaping. That's the shaping of our center back waistline. Now, after taking out this 1.5 cm that we just take out, this 1.5 cm too is a standard, but it can also be increased to 2 centimeters depending on the kind of curve that the person you're working on or the model you're working on has. So you can increase it to 2 cm, but most times we use 1.5 cm. This same thing also for the 2.5. Most times we use 2.5 cm, but you can also increase it to your desired measurement, but be careful so it doesn't become too tight. Once taking out your desired measurements of your center back shaping, for instance, I am taking out my own 1.5, I get to reduce my dart width by just 1.5. I repeat myself again, after taking out my desired measurements for my center back waistline shaping, I have to reduce the measurement from my dart so my skirt can fit the body. So what I get to do is I get to measure 0.75 on both sides inwards. So which means I'm sharing my 1.5 into 2. So I get to measure 0.75 inwards. Remember, this is 1.5, so I reduce this by 0.75 is 0.75. 0.75 plus 0.75 is 1.5 cm. So this is my new dart. So my new dart is the one interpreted as my red marker. Now, my new dart is the one interpreted as my red marker. So this is no longer needed. Remember, we are altering our basic skirt block into our desired pattern. So yes, that's for the back dart. For the front dart, if you remember, for the front dart, you noticed I didn't outline it earlier, and that was intentional. For the front dart, it had the dart up to this point. But the moment you're altering your skirt block to become a pattern, it's advisable that you make the length of your front dart to correspond or to align with your back dart. I'll repeat myself again. It's very important to extend the length of your front dart to align with your with the back dart. So how do I do that? It's simple. All I get to do is I find the midway of my dart first. That's all I get to do. So this is the midway of my dart. I find that midway. I square down the midway of my dart also. That's it. During the course of when I was creating my skirt block, my back skirt dart was 3 cm below my upper hip line. That's the same thing I'm going to do. I'll measure it 3 cm below my upper hip line. This is 3 cm below. If I place my ruler, can you see? 3 cm below. So I repeat the same thing too. It's 3 cm below. Now that's the new length for my front skirt dart. Then I re-roll my dart length. You don't need to reduce the width of the dart for the front because there is no altering. There's no alteration going on around there. All you're just altering there is the dart length. So you see, this is my new skirt front dart length for my pencil skirt. So yes, that's it. I've done the shaping. This whole area too is going out. We don't need this part. That area too is going out, and this is our new dart interpreted in the red marker. After you must have done that, the next thing you should remember to do is to indicate your grain lines. Grain lines are very important. Remember to indicate your grain lines, and remember they are parallel to the center back or to the center front. So that's my grain line. I just ruled that line there. It's always a straight line, and I roll this way. So that's my grain line, and I repeat the same thing too on my center front. Remember, before you conclude your patterns, to always indicate your grain lines. Before you conclude your patterns, always indicate your grain lines. They are very, very important. And that's it. And I have this here also. So that's my grain line, and I indicate that. So we are done with the pattern of the pencil skirt. So let's label it now. So that's my straight grain line. Now I label this. This is my back. This is going to be cut 2 pieces. That's cut 2 pieces. This is skirt, and this is size 12. I size 12 for the back, and I label the same thing for the front. This is front. This is cut, unfold. This is my skirt, can indicate, and this is size 12, or if you are doing an individual size, indicate that, and this is my straight grain line. So that's it. That's the end of my pencil skirt and altering my basic skirt block into my desired pattern. In the next video, I'll explain to us how to achieve the waistband for the skirt. So remember, my red lines are my new lines that I will be using for my for my desired fit for my skirt. In the next video also, I'll explain to us how to achieve our desired slit for our skirt, be it the open slit or the closed one. I will explain to us in the next class when I'm explaining for the band. This is for our basic pencil skirt. So now we are done with the drafting of the pencil skirt. We've altered our basic skirt block. You remember, this is our basic skirt block. We've altered it into our pencil skirt. So now let me cut it out. Let me cut it out. So this is where you're cutting out. Then you transfer this to your fabric, but remember to give it seam allowance when you get to the fabric. Remember to give it seam allowance when you get to your fabric. So yeah, this is my waistline. Remember to label your patterns before you cut them out. It's very important. Remember to label them before you cut them out. It's very, very important. So yeah, that's for that. And this is the front pattern piece. So that's it. We have our pencil skirts ready to be transferred to the fabric, and we are done. Remember to put your sewing allowance. Sewing allowance will be by your side, your hemline, your waistline, your center back. This is your center back for your zipper. This is your hemline. Remember to indicate your grain lines also, and that's the end of our pencil skirts. Thank you.